Welcome to Prince and Tasha's garden. Enjoy the show, enjoy every moment.
So before I show you the bad stuff, let me show you the good stuff. So if you follow me over here, we'll see in our raised bed, which is what we're going to in the future for these. You can see how good our watermelon are doing here. And these are our sugar babies. And there's another one there. And over here, there's another one that's doing really good. So those are most likely going to grow to full term. And so this was our first time growing these in the garden bed, and so far we're 3 for 3, so that's success right there. There's even a small one growing down here somewhere right there. So we haven't cut these at all. So it's basically we just planted them and we just let it go, and as it grows out, I just circle the vines over top of each other and over top of the melons so they don't overheat. And so far so good. So like I said, this is the good. Now let me show you the bad. So we tried growing in containers, and these are all melons, believe it or not, except these 2 trees here. The rest of these are all melons, and we haven't really had success growing out of pots. I mean, they look okay. Like you can see that one back there, that's a crimson watermelon. That one looks really good. This one right here is a sugar baby. That one looks okay. So but the problem that we're having is they're not growing anywhere past around this size. They've been this size for maybe about a month now. And not only that, but after a while, they start to rot on the vine. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but that's what I'm having. That's the issues that I'm having right now with these. See, like this one just died completely, so that's why that one stopped and started to rot. You see that one right there is rotten on the vine. That right there's been rotten for a while. So that one there split open, and so as you can see, and these were planted around the same time as the ones over there in the raised bed. So there really isn't much of an excuse as far as time for why those are about 4 or 5 times bigger. But that's the issue I'm having right now. And as far as the size of the pots, they're not bad sizes. This is probably about a gallon of soil in these pots here. And in the smaller pots, I was just experimenting with the smaller pots to see if they'll work. And I mean, they clearly didn't work, but the bigger pots didn't work either. It could be a soil issue. It could be because I didn't really fertilize much. But I didn't fertilize over there either in the garden bed. So I'm not really sure if that's the issue. And in a matter of fact, over here, there's some melons that I planted, we planted in the ground. See, it's not really a raised bed, but we planted this melon in the ground here to see what would happen. And it grew all the way out and over here. And now we have a nice crimson melon here that's growing. It looks like it's growing really good. It's growing better than the ones that we have in the pots. It's actually growing another one back there. So those are growing pretty good, and that one is also in the ground. So I'm starting to think that it's a pot issue. Like I said, I thought it was a fertilizing problem because I don't really fertilize a lot. I'm just starting out gardening, so I'm trying to see how much I can get away with as far as fertilizing. And so far, almost everything else I grow really, really good without fertilizer. So, and like I said, these melons right here that are growing excellent have never been fertilized with anything. It's just soil that I mixed and made about a year and a half ago in this bed here, and it's doing good. And it's the same kind of soil that I use in these pots that's not doing so good. Another reason I think that these melons aren't doing so good is with them being in the pot, it's harder to regulate the soil as far as it being dry versus too wet. So, like for instance, on some of these pots, I put them in containers because they dry out so fast, and I could put a little water down in there to keep it from drying out too fast. But sometimes it works a little too good, and it keeps the soil wet when it's not a real hot day. You get about 2 or 3 rainy days, and next thing you know, you have root rot, and that's gonna definitely affect the growth of anything you're growing in the pot. And then you have the days where it's about where there's no rain for a week and it's 90 degrees outside, and no matter how much you water these things, it seems like it's always dry. So with these pots, it's really hard to maintain a good soil temperature or moisture. So that's another reason why I think I'm gonna go away from growing out of pots more. Yes, I have to make more raised beds and I have to dig more holes in the ground, but at the end of the day, to me, it's just more worth it that way to do it that way. So that's the way I'm going to do it from now on. I'm going to finish out this year with the raised bed and the pots, but from starting next season, I won't be doing the pots anymore for the melons. But as you can see, pots work really, really good for other things like these peppers over here. You can see they're doing really, really good in pots. So I'm not trying to steer anyone away from using pots. Pots are still really, really good to grow out of. It's just for me, so far, it's been hard to maintain the soil as far as, like I said, the temperature and the moisture. So my melons don't really do too good, but everything else that I grow in pots seem to be doing really, really good. So even corn, as you can see, we have corn over here in pots, and they're doing good also. So once again, I don't want to discourage anyone from trying to use pots. I mean, it may even be my fault, like I said, for not being able to maintain the soil so for the inside these pots. So I don't want to discourage anyone else from using them. This is just my experience, and so far, this is going to be my last year using pots to grow watermelon. Thanks again for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed what you saw. If so, feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And we also have more videos on our page for you to check out. So enjoy.